am Deanna, and I am a 2021 UCR graduate.
My name is Alisha, and I'm a 2021 graduate student of UCR.
My name's Mya Correa, and I'm a 2021 UCR graduate.
My name is Kaitylyn Hall, and I'm a 2021 UCR graduate.
Hello, my name is Laura Carrie Alonso, and I'm a UCR class of 2021 graduate.
So when I applied to UCR, I did the tag program, and so it was kind of like a guaranteed thing as long as I completed like requirements for it. But even when I opened that email, it sucks because the email says, "Oh, congratulations on the subject line, like you already know like if you're accepted." And so I opened the email and I cried. I was so excited, you know, and I told my mom and my family, and they were all very excited for me. So I got accepted to the other schools I applied to, but UCR was always number one in my mind. Like I could never stop thinking about UCR. It just says a lot about how much I loved UCR from the beginning. So
Okay, I was actually in my room because I was on like a spree of like figuring out where I was getting accepted to, and honestly, like I only had a last few resorts, so I was just crossing my fingers for UCR. So I came home from my local community college, and then I was like, okay, another day, like let me check if I got accepted or not. And honestly, I thought I was gonna get rejected from UCR, but then I opened it and then I clicked, and immediately it said like I got accepted. And then I was like out of breath. I was like, oh my God, who do I tell? Like I gotta tell someone. So my brother's room's like across, and he was visiting because he was studying. And I literally just opened the door and I was like, oh my God, I got accepted to UCR. And I was just happy because like it was better than the other options I had left. So I felt great. I was like, oh my God, I'm finally starting somewhere new. Like I was finally branching out of community college and going to university and really like try to explore myself and find out like what I was truly passionate about in my major.
Yeah, so I was actually driving home from work and from class, as I was a community college student, so I'm a transfer student. And I was really nervous. This is the only campus I applied to was UCR, so I was really nervous. I put all my eggs in one basket, and I was like, if I don't get in, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I pulled up to the mailbox, and I opened my mailbox, and I had my welcome letter, and it was really, I was overjoyed. I was really excited. You know, I didn't think I would be able to get in. I'm also a first gen, college student, so I had no idea what I was doing. So getting my acceptance letter was really amazing. It felt like I had a future. Doors were open, Yeah.
I got my acceptance letter from like UC Irvine first, and it was like they sent like a message in my email, and then I was like, oh, I wonder if UC websites came. So I went and checked, and it did, and I got in. I was really excited. But I'm not gonna lie, when I first like saw it, I was like, okay, waiting. So I applied to UCLA, and I really wanted to go there. So I wasn't like super excited, like, but I was like, okay, this is good. So that was where I was, and it was like, I think it was alone in my room, in my dorm room, and I was like, okay, let me see what I got, and I saw the acceptance, and so I was like,
When I actually didn't get an acceptance letter right away, like everyone I just kept refreshing my emails until one day I saw something on the website, and I was like, okay. And then I just opened it, and it said, congratulations, you've been accepted. I was like, oh my gosh, showed it to her. And then she screamed and jumped up and like she started crying. I was like, no, don't cry, because when she cries, then I cry, and then we all get emotional. I'm like, don't cry, this is a happy thing, let's smile.
I came to UCR on a tour with my community college, and I remember like we got dropped off at lot 1, I think. And I didn't even see the bell tower yet, and so right when I like stepped on campus, I was like, oh wait, this is it, like this is like my home, this is gonna be the school that I'm going to. And so since then, I knew right away that it was my home, away from home. So
every time I've started a new school, I just have this anxious feeling. I'm like, I need to go to school and I need to figure out like where my classes are going to be. So during orientation, I really took advantage of that. I like looked around. I was looking at the halls that I made sure my classes were going to be at.
First visit to campus was a lot of fun. I was really blown away by how big it is. You know, you come from a community college, it's a lot smaller. It's like overwhelming and exciting at the same time, you know, to come to such a large campus. I think, you know, first jitters was just like worrying about finding class and like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be on this campus, you know, it's gonna take how long to get to classes, and, you know, so it's just like all those things kind of like running through your head, worrying about being on time, being late.
So prior to going to UC Riverside, like to visit, I had some like preconceptions about what UC Riverside was going to be like, and I just heard that it was like had like this really cool Black community, and like it was a large campus, and that it was a cool campus. So I was like excited to visit, and then I came here. I did a campus tour. I loved my campus tour guide. I thought he was so awesome. Like he was just so fun and lively, and so I was like, oh, I'm excited. And like he took us around campus, and something that I saw as like a positive was that it was a flat campus, and I just loved the feel of the campus. Like I loved just all the vibes I was getting from being on campus, and even like the people I saw, the amount of diversity I was seeing on campus. And for me, it was like, oh yes, this is the moment. I was like walking over here by Coastal Hall, and I walked by like the after-school programs, and like all of it was just like a large group of Black people out front of it, like dancing. And I was like, yes, this is the campus for me. But yeah, coming here was so lively. It was so lively, so I loved it.
When I got accepted, I never saw UCR. When I came for transfer acceptance day with my mom, right away I felt like it all felt really open, and everyone was like so kind and welcoming and congratulating us, like making us feel like just because you're transfer students doesn't mean you're any less important than a first year student or someone coming right from high school. And I just felt like the community was like already welcoming, and I was like, I think this is where I want to go. And my mom was like, you know already? You don't want to go see the other campuses? I was like, no, I think I like this place.
For the very first day of class, I had it at this building. I don't remember what it was called, maybe Chung Hall. And I was looking for the classroom inside the building for like 15 minutes. And it turned out that the classroom was outside of the building. And I was so mad because I was gonna be late. But yeah, so that was my first impression. And then I had classes at the UV. It was a very long walk. I told myself I would never take a class there again because it was just a hassle. But yeah, I mean, I was so excited. I just couldn't believe that I was here. And I think even to this day, I still can't believe I made it to UCR. It's still like such a shocking thing to me. But yeah.
So my first day at UCR was actually not as bad as I expected. A couple years ago, my cousin had graduated from UCR, and while she was attending UCR, I visited her a couple times, so I already was familiar of the campus. And yeah, so when I went to orientation, I made sure that I knew where my classes were, because that's where like my anxiety kicks in. Like I just need to make sure I know where my classes is, so I don't look like I'm scrambled around on the first day. So the first day wasn't that bad. Like I actually met a few people already because my professor like made us form groups, and I actually met one of my closest friends from UCR here, Maricela.
My first day was a lot of fun. You know, going into the classroom and seeing the large space that we were going to be using, and you know, getting to meet our professor for the first time, and like, you know, getting, you know, to come to, you know, school with some of my friends from community college was a lot of fun, you know, so it was exciting. I was nervous, but I was really excited at the same time.
My first day, I was walking from Stonehaven. I didn't realize how far it was from the campus walking wise, and so that was a haul. I was walking all the way to Spieth, I believe, and it was just a push. First class, it was a push. I was like, wow, okay, so this is what we're getting into. And the class was really awesome. I was like, okay, I'm really liking this. I think it was like Asian American history. I was like kind of loving it, love what we're getting into. And I just remember being really excited. I remember like really nervous. Really was like my fit. It had to be perfect. I remember like actually doing my makeup that day and everything. Like it felt kind of like your first day, like back in like elementary school. Like you had your outfit picked out and before and everything. So I was really excited. It was kind of rude when I received some bad news on my first day, like really bad news, like family stuff. So it wasn't like the best first day, but it was awesome. Like I started high energy.
Before my first day, I was like changing my schedule again and again because I had an aunt who had gone to a 4-year university, and she was just like, no, you do not want to take these classes because some of them were up a division. And I was like, oh, why not? And she's like, you need to take at least one that's like a lower division class because you do not want to jump into this quarter system. I had to wake up at 9 a.m. The class was at 9 a.m., so I had to wake up at 7 a.m. just to get ready. And when I thought I got here like on time, like 30 minutes ahead, there was like almost no parking. And the professor actually didn't show up the first day. So it was like, and we were like, wait, is this like community college? Some of them were transfer students as well. And they're like, is this like community college? Do we wait 15 minutes? And then someone was like, I think we wait 30 minutes or like 45 minutes. And we're all like debating, like, what did we do?
I think before I came to UCR, I had the specific mindset as to what the college life was all about. And I think once I actually became a student, that really changed my perspective of what college should be about and how you should be able to balance everything out while still attaining your educational goals.
The one stereotype that I heard from UCR that was completely different for me was that quarter system was a lot more difficult compared to semester system. I've been in semester system for 3 years, so going into quarter, it was kind of like am I gonna even like get through these 10 weeks compared to 16 weeks? But it was actually a lot easier for me because I guess it's a personal thing, but for me, I was able to like work quickly, and I like working fast and doing my assignments. So that was the one stereotype. I preferred quarter over semester compared to a lot of people.
I mean, I'm an older student. I'm 35 coming here. I'm a transfer student. I have 3 kids. I'm mom. I'm married. So coming here, I was afraid that I was going to be like the grandma in the class. Everybody was going to be teenagers coming out of high school, and I was going to be like the old lady. But yeah, it was not like that here. It was great. There was a lot of students in my same situation, same age, had kids, had families, doing all the same transfer stuff. And so that was a relief and honestly, exciting. Because I was really worried I was going to be like the odd man out.
I love UCR, so I don't believe this anymore, but I definitely was but people would talk about like being like the reject school, like things like UC rejects. And like all these things like, oh, UCR is gonna be really easy, like the curriculum's not that good, all these things. I think I heard about UCR that I do not believe one bit at all, because like going here, it's literally just like any other UC. I think that the curriculum like stays the same, but yeah, I think that definitely was like diminished immediately because like my courses were rigorous and like the content was really good. So I don't believe that. I really don't. And the people that are here, like, they're really smart. Some of the smartest people I've ever met, and like really some go-getters.
I found out from my cousin who had gone to UC Irvine. She said that the quarter system was hard, and I was just like scared, like, okay, maybe it's not that bad though. And then I realized, oh no, it's that bad. 3 weeks in, like, oh, get ready for the midterm next week. I was like, a midterm? I'm still getting used to this system. Like, what do you mean a midterm? I was like, oh, okay, a midterm, that's fine. But after my first quarter at the fall quarter of 2019, I was like, wow, this is not what I thought it would be. So the quarter system being hard, that's a true thing.
One thing that I'm going to forever remember about UCR is the environment and the vibes that everyone gives off. Everyone's super friendly, and they really made you feel welcome here. No matter if you were a transfer student or a non-traditional student, it still became your home, and it really felt like that. And just especially how everyone is so focused on their studies and just having like the same drive as you was the most impactful part of being in UCR.
The one thing I'm gonna remember graduating from UCR is all the relationships that I built with my professors and all my friends. I could never imagine that coming to UCR I was gonna build friendships with anyone. I really thought I was just gonna be like alone and close to myself, because that's just how I usually am. And besides the online formatting, I'm just so happy that I was able to gain friendships even on the online format. Like when we first got into online schooling, I always thought that, oh, this means that I'm gonna be alone, I'm gonna have to isolate myself. But throughout the quarters, I was able to form friendships with everyone and really maintain them throughout like the pandemic. So that's the one thing I'm gonna remember from UCR is all the relationships I built with my friends.
I think the community was my favorite. You know, there was a lot of people that I got along with. I had a lot of support. My professors were really understanding and, fun to be around. And it was like, creating a little family here. You know, I have friends I feel like I'm probably going to keep for life.
Honestly, the concerts. Like, UCR does not miss when it comes to like choosing artists. Like, they do not miss. But I loved like the concerts and just like the overall like vibe of the events that like UCR has put on have been really amazing.
Probably the people, honestly. Like everyone I've met, part of organizations, part of my classmates, my professors, even the staff at UCR would always be like helpful, and I have a million questions for so many people, and they'd always be there to help and be able to answer questions. And honestly, everyone was just as kind as you would think, as you would hope them to be.
I mean, after being a student for so long, especially transferring, it's kind of like you don't know what to expect after you graduate, because you're like, oh, what am I gonna do now? Like, I don't have any papers to do. I can't, see my friends in class as usual, and there won't be that common topic of, oh, what class are you taking? Oh, did you do this assignment? That's not gonna be there anymore with your friends. So, I'm definitely gonna miss like having that connection with your friends. I'm gonna miss being a student and having these assignments due, even though I procrastinate on them a lot of times. But I'm definitely just gonna miss UCR in general, and just being physically here. And just being in that mindset of a student of constantly being busy and just studying all night long, just grinding.
The one thing I'm gonna miss from UCR the most is experiencing the student life and like actually coming on campus. Yes, that walk is brutal, like walking to classes, but just seeing the same people, not the same people, but like people every day that are on the same boat as you, they're trying to get their degree, they're trying to get to their classes, like they're trying to get food. It's nice to see people around you that are experiencing the same feeling as you are. So just the student life, I'm gonna miss that the most graduating from UCR.
I'm gonna miss coming out and like, eating with my friends, going to the sushi bar, like doing all the fun UCR activities. I'm a studio art major, and I loved hanging out in the lab and like working with students and volunteering in the lab. So I'm gonna miss that. That was a lot of fun, and I made a lot of like close relationships with my friends, my professors. So I'm gonna miss them too.
I think I'll miss a lot. Like, I'll really miss the events, like we were just talking about. I'll really miss like the people, the organizations that I've been in, like the overall like vibe. I don't know. I hate to minimize it to that, but like I just miss like the hustle and bustle of campus. I miss like how active it was. I really miss that, and like I miss like the physical going to campus and just like the classes that we were being taught, and just like I miss it all. It's kind of hard to say. I really do miss it though. Like I low key, it's too late to do that now, but I would take a 5th year for sure, and I should have, because like I really miss campus and just like being like a UCR student. I just like loved all of the memories that were made that like are just very specific to UCR. Like no other school has a block party like we have a block party. Like no other school has the type of things that we have. Like even the concerts, like the little tiny concerts they would have out here, so good. Like I'm gonna miss all of that. So.
I want to thank my family for always being my rock throughout these 2 years, even though they were miles and miles away. They still let me know that they were there for me, like every step of the way. And then I want to thank my friends who also were my rock for these past 2 years. They really helped me get through a lot of stuff, and just they helped me discover more about myself that I didn't even know before coming to UCR. And of course the professors, and I want to thank the TNT committee because they are the best, and I made really good friendships through that committee as well. So yeah, my family, my friends, my dog. My dog's name is Faith, so whenever I thought about her, it was a constant reminder to have faith in myself and to have faith in others.
So the people I want to thank the most is my family. You know, they always pushed me hard, especially my brother. He was so motivating for me because, you know, he was striving to do better at school, and seeing him so studious, I was just so motivated to like really accomplish my goals like how he did. And I also want to thank my best friend Jane. You know, she's my childhood friend. We were always so like motivating to each other and always trying to push each other to like study and like really meet our goals and just be so appreciative of what we have in our life. And I also want to thank Professor Jasso. You know, I took him my first quarter at UCR, and that was brutal. And I took him a few more times after that, but I want to thank him for letting me really get used to writing papers, because I know when I pursue my degree further, I'm gonna be knocking out those single spaced pages, you know?
Yeah, I want to say thank you to my professors for sure, because they've definitely helped me out a lot. You know, there was a lot of times where I didn't think I was going to be able to make it through, and my professors were there, you know, supporting me and being helpful. Yeah, I'm going to say thank you to my family for always supporting me and backing me up, and all the sacrifices they made so that I can come to school. Yeah, and I'm going to miss everybody. I'm glad I got to come. Glad I got to be here.
I shout out obviously to the good Lord above for getting me through, because definitely without him I would not be able to have the strength to even get through each day. And yeah, so that's the biggest one. And then my parents, of course, my mom, my dad, my stepmom, like y'all have pulled me through a lot, like financially, and just believed in me more than anyone has ever done. So I thank y'all. And my siblings for, you know, the comedic relief. That's what they are. And just a huge thank you to like Jamal and ASP. Thank you for incorporating me into like the community, because I was so ready to be like and dip and act like, you know, I could do this all by myself. But I definitely needed a community of people, and so that introduction really saved me. Just like overall, the amount of love that I received, I'm really grateful, and I thank y'all for doing that. And the professors, you know, thanks for the good content. Thank y'all for being so forgiving, you know, and just like instilling a good like confidence in me for what I'm gonna move forward and do. So thank y'all.
I'd like to say thank you to my whole entire family who encouraged me and to never give up and to always work hard, and don't let anything scare you to not be able to keep going. Honestly, all of UCR, thank you, and I'll always remember you and miss you.
Goodbye, UCR. It was a gnarly time.
Thank you for everything, UCR. See you around. Bye.
Goodbye, UCR, and thank you for all the memories.
Goodbye, UCR. Thank you for bringing me lifelong friends, showing me love, and giving me wonderful memories.
Until next time, UCR, it's not a goodbye, it's a see you later.